When are you having kids? What's up, guys?
Hello, y'all.
I feel like we've been making a few TikTok videos, you know, kind of being like,
hinting, stuff like that.
So I think we want to just kind of like set the record straight about our true feelings about it. So let's start.
A question obviously a lot of y'all ask is, do y'all want to have kids in your lifetime? And Megan is gonna answer that first for us, if we wanna have kids in our lifetime.
Jack says I dominate the answers, so he doesn't like answering them together.
Well, we have to answer them separately so that we each have our own personal opinion.
My answer is yes, I do want to have kids in my lifetime. You know what, that's it. That's my simple answer, yes I do.
I do think I'd like to have kids, eventually. I'm more on the fence about it than Megan is. At the end of the day, I know I'm gonna have kids one day. I guess it just really makes me nervous. You know, I've seen people say to us, please don't have them, you know, don't have kids. And then you have the other side as well, where people are like, oh my God, it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Now,
So
who's dominating the answer, huh?
we're both answering separately.
No, I know, I was making a joke, cause like,
Oh.
this time I was the one that was like, yes.
Comedian.
Kids are like, it's not like, oh, I guess I'll dabble in that. It's like,
You can't dabble in kids.
you can't dabble.
Can't have one and then 2 years later be like,
I'm good.
I'm done. I'm done having kids. You know what I mean?
How many kids do you want to have?
I want to have like 5 or 6. I just feel like if we have 1 or 2, it's like nothing wrong with having 1 or 2.
I think men forget that they're not the ones pushing out a watermelon.
That's
Okay.
True.
If we were to have that many kids, one of my biggest fears is having kids that are like 12 years. My mom is 12 years apart from
That's
her
a
youngest.
big age gap. That's
from
how my
her
dad
youngest
is too.
siblings. Like I don't want to do that, so I would have to be pregnant for the next like 5 years. Like I would just be like, pop another one in, Jack, pop it in again, pop it in again. Like I want 2 kids.
2's fine.
You know, we can figure out that whenever we have kids, but I think 2 would be. That's what I grew up with.
Maybe that's the issue, is because she grew up with 2 in her family. I grew up with 4 in my family, so maybe that's why I want more and she wants 2. If we have 2, they're gonna end up like Meghan. And we don't want that. We do not want that. You know,
Shut up.
do we have anyone in here who is a family of 3 and then you are the middle child? Can you please tell us in the comments, in a short description, what a middle child life is like?
Yeah.
We love you, middle children. We just
love
know
you.
you have it hard sometimes.
You guys got it hard.
You guys got it hard. Do you think you'll have a girl or a boy?
So obviously at the end of the day, can't choose that, and it doesn't matter. Personally, I really want to have a boy. Everyone in Jack's family has had girls,
There's
and I
4 girls.
want to be like, I had the first boy.
I'm an uncle to 4 girls.
Yeah,
so-
I'm an aunt to 4
4
girls. People keep saying like, there's no difference. Like everyone's like, oh, it doesn't matter. There's no difference. I'm like, yeah, I know that it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Oh, like if it's a
but
girl
like,
or a boy?
very different.
What is y'all's biggest fear about having kids?
My biggest fear about having kids is Jack and mine relationship and how that's going to affect us as a couple, as a team. You know, when you have kids, there's a lot of struggles and there's a lot of obstacles that you have to go through that you never had to do before. And I'm worried about how that's gonna affect our relationship and making sure that we stay as a team instead of pinning, you know, against each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be easily done when you're that stressed and tired and just kind of angry, you know. And I know it's a common, postpartum is common. It is, and obviously there's different cases of it, but that's something I'm scared of that in itself.
Yeah.
So I think that's my biggest fear, is how it'll affect our relationship.
My biggest fear is I'm worried about her. I am worried it's gonna change her as a person. And I'll love her no matter what. For whoever Meghan wants to be, or who she decides to be in life, unless she's a terrible person, obviously, that does terrible things. Because in life, we obviously have times where we want to change and go be a monk at a monastery.
Do you still want to do that?
Maybe eventually.
I support
but
you
I'm
when
just
you do.
I'm using that as an example.
When we first got together, Jack told me he might want to spend 3 months in the Monkville.
Monkville? I don't know. I don't think that's Monkville. My biggest concern is that she becomes devastated and depressed and doesn't want to do anything. Because I've seen her whenever she has like her crippling anxiety, and it's not fun. It's not fun for her, you know. But I know she's tough also. I'm 1000% sure that you could be a really great mom.
Thanks, baby. Are you ready to have kids now? Answer honestly, we're being completely honest right now.
No, I'm not ready to have kids right now. I will say this. I don't think I've met many people in my life that went, ugh, I was so ready to have kids. And most people I've met that have kids were like, yeah, the kids, came along and we're thankful.
My answer is hell to the no. I'm not ready to have kids right now. I don't want to have kids right now.
Yeah.
They're cute and then they scream and I just...
Oh my God.
I have no patience right now for kids.
If we do have kids, I'll love the child no matter what. And I know that I know that later in life I would...
When?
What?
You said if.
When we have kids. Okay, honey. You never know what could happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about like if World War III happens. And we can't have children. That's a valid thought.
Okay.
Well, if an apocalypse happens, hear me out, right? And we're living off potatoes. Like all we have left is 2 potatoes in our bag. Are you gonna be like, it's time for kids?
Okay, well if that happens, then we'll talk about that when that happens.
You never know.
But right now, I'm having kids, whether you want it or not.
Wow. So how are you gonna get pregnant without me?
I don't know, insemination or something?
What's insemination?
Or like, I'll go to the clinic.
What?
If you didn't want to get, we'd have a long talk about it, but like you can't really compromise on having kids.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Go you. Look at you. I'm having kids. I went to the clinic.
It's really expensive. I don't think we could do that.
I don't think it's as expensive.
It's like $10,000.
Sperm donors?
Oh, I thought it was. Wait, maybe that's like...
They pay you like $25 for a load. Here's $25. There you go. Thank you guys for tuning into our YouTube video. We appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for showing us love. Hopefully that answers a lot of y'all's questions that you've had kind of about our relationship and like the child side of our relationship. So to answer, the last answer basically is no, we're not planning on having kids right now. Not what we want to do at the moment, but in the future we will have kids.
Yeah.
Right, baby?
Yes.
Okay.
So whenever you guys see those videos of us,
that's just Meghan having baby fever.
That's just me having baby fever.
That's just her having baby fever.
Not
having her
trying
baby
to have
moments.
kids right now.
But thank you guys so much for tuning into our YouTube video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoy our videos, please comment down below.
And if you don't enjoy them, comment too.
And be like, this was stupid.
Yeah, but like the process of impregnating yourself, isn't that kind of expensive?
Don't they just grab a vial?
Do you just buy the sperm? How does that work?
I don't know. But if they
This guy looks tall, dark,
if they
and handsome.
pay 10 grand, I'm getting into a new profession. I'll tell you now.
No,
right now.
no. Like I thought it was like 10 grand for the procedure.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think they just
Does
give
anyone
you
know?
a squeeze tube and say good luck.